Ah, well. There we are. Good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to this summer solstice, longest day of 2024, Thursday Night Live, with me, Boaty, and of course, the M11 and the M11s. So a very good evening to all of you. We hope you've had a splendid day, and we'd like to hear all about it, please, including but not limited to what you had for lunch, what colour underwear you're wearing, and what has been your most bizarre sexual fantasy of the day. Oh, and also any sausage roll news that you'd care to throw at me. Sausage roll facts, trivia, personal preferences, tips, anything of that nature. And I would like to know, what is the best sausage roll you've ever eaten? Now then, I'm going to give you mine as a start for 10, and it's no conferring, please. When I was at school, not my original school, which was a public school because we had money then, but after my father was taken poor and I was thrown into the secondary modern system, in my high school, at the morning break, you could buy a sausage roll for, gosh, I think it was it 20 pence? I think it was. From the nice dinner ladies in the dinnery, kitchery, cafeteria type hally thing. And that was just a flaky, sausagey delight. And I've never had a sausage roll better than it. But there we go. So there you go. That's my feature of the night. Boaty's sausage roll feature. And good evening, Emma. How are you, my lovely?
Good evening. I'm not too bad. Thank you very much. Good evening from me and all three of us, So, yeah, we're not doing too bad. I've had quite a not very exciting day, but I guess I could try and answer your question. So the first one, I think, was what did I have to eat? Now, you're not going to like this, and I didn't like it either. I had an omelette, but I picked up in Aldi, the same place I got the bacon mayo from, I picked up banana ketchup. And on the bottle, it said it was ideal with eggs. So I did put that on my omelette and it didn't taste very nice. So, yes, that was the first question answered. The second question, what colour underwear I've got on is black. And I can prove it if you like. And what was the other question? Yeah, I'm not answering the other question. So I've had a reasonably okay day. No dramas, but at the same time, well, it's one of those days where you think you're going to be busy and you think that it might be quite interesting and pleasant, but everything turned out to not live up to expectations. So,
I've
but
had
it
a
was all right.
pants day, a really pants day. Yesterday was so positive all the way through, and I was so looking forward to today because I was going to get really busy in the cottage and get a load of stuff done and carry on this wave of positivity. And I woke up just worrying about things. My anxiety is well and truly kicked in, and I've had a horrible day. I've got nothing done. It's been totally unproductive, and it's not really been very enjoyable at all. So, I mean, it got better in the evening. It always does. And I mentioned this in the Daily Diary. Thank God I had work to go to. Otherwise, the poor sods, you have a day like that, and then all you've got in the evening is you're sitting there at home alone with nothing to take your mind off all of the nonsense flowing about in your brain, and you'd go to bed very unhappy. Whereas I went to work, had a good laugh with everybody, had a really productive night at work. I was super productive, amazingly productive, wonderfully, joyfully productive. And I've come home feeling absolutely fine. Had a nice drive home. But enough about us. Let's talk about you, the viewer. And the first cab off the rank tonight was Jimmy, the mighty Quinn, who says, "Good evening, Boaty and all." Matron then chimed in and said, "Good evening, Emma and Boaty. Good evening, all. Happy solstice and blessed." Help me out.
Lisa? I don't know.
Well, whatever it is, it's blessed and it's offered to the fellow heathens. Peter P is with us. A very good evening to Emma and Boaty and all. Sophie's back. Hello, everyone. How are we all on this lovely night? And hello, Boaty. It's lovely to be back to see everyone and you and to be on the live. Welcome back, Sophie. We've missed you. I know you and Neil have been super busy this week. Thankfully, Neil has made it onto the news, onto the BBC News a couple of days this week. So we've been able to keep up with you vicariously through that. Carl is here, World of True Crime. Good evening, Boaty and Emma. Any Rover 75s for sale that would make it to Glasgow? Bound to be somewhere. Bound to be. I don't know of any off the top of my head. You could buy my MGZT if you want. That'll definitely make it to Glasgow. And here is Neil, the man himself. Neil, a.k.a. the Gibbon Hater, a.k.a. the very nice man. And he says, hello all, how are we tonight? And, well, we're going to find out, aren't we, Neil? But we all hope that you're well and you've had a joyful day and your poor little crusted up, burnt, tinkle, toasted Todger is slightly on the mend. I mean, you know, keep using the ointment. Are the scabs still there? Or are the scabs? Well, anyway, we can talk about that.
Poor Neil. These rumours are preserved on the internet, on YouTube forever now. They're never going to disappear.
What rumours? He's been very honest and open with
These allegations that you're making against his
he told us all about it. It's not a secret, is it? Bad Books is here.
I was going to say, it's probably relieved that you stopped talking about punching Gibbons now and you've moved on to his Todger.
We can always go back to punching Gibbons, can't we? Or perhaps he could
punch them with his Todger.
Yeah. Oh dear. That's something I've never done.
Punch the Gibbon with your Todger.
Well, not punch the Gibbon, but you know how male friends have told me that they do this. They sort of slap their doobie onto the ladies' hoo-ha. And
oh right,
yeah.
I thought you were going to say onto the table or something.
No, onto the.
Oh yeah.
I've never done that.
There's a lot of things you've never done. There seem to be a lot of things you've never done. Every time I'm doing a live stream with you, you seem to be surprised by something or other.
Well, yeah, I'm very naive and I've led a very sheltered life. Where did I get to? Oh, yeah, Bad Books has said good evening, all. Andrew, I can't believe it's not Butty Geek, says a very good evening, Boaty, Jimmy, Craig, Peter, Sophie, World of True Crime, and Steve. Oh, Steve!
But no Emma.
I miss Steve Cold. Sorry?
Andrew Buttigieg didn't say hello to me.
Yeah, well, you don't care.
I'm sad now.
Hi, Neil. You were in the news again, says Peter P. Neil says, I did see that. Hi, Neil. Has the paparazzi been following you again? Oh, bless him. Would you like to take over, Emil? You've been rather quiet up tonight.
Well, I'm sulking about Andrew Buttigieg forgetting me.
Well, I mean, right, you can take it up with him directly.
Are we up to... I wasn't sure what the last one you just read out. Was that the paparazzi one?
Yeah, we're up to Matron saying hello to everybody.
Okay, Trisha Alderman is here. She says, good evening, Jason, Emma, and all in chat.
Good
evening, Trisha.
You've got to do Matron.
I've got to... Everyone does Matron, so I might as well do her as well.
Exactly.
Matron says, hi, Peter, Jimmy, Sophie, Carl, Steve, Neil, Bad Books, Andrew. And did she say hello to me earlier? I hope she did. I'll be upset with her as well.
She did.
Bad Book says hi to Andrew. Matron says hi to Trisha. Andrew Buttigieg says hi to Trisha. Bad Book says hi to Tracy. Trisha Alderman says hi to Andrew and Tracy. Andrew Buttigieg says, oh, how can I forget the deliciously darling that is Emma? Oh, you're forgiven, Andrew. I'm so sorry for sulking. Oh, he's a good boy, really. Peter P says, Boaty clearly needs a subscription to Mr. Tim's sausage roll facts.
That's going to be a thing now. That's going to be a thing. You watch.
Excuse me. Matron says, Oh, I used to love the sausage rolls from my college in 1991. That a lump of mash for about 50p. Best sausage roll was a hog roast one from a market stall. And she says, banana ketchup. I literally just said, out loud. Lol. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, M&S sausage rolls are lovely. And Matron agrees. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, hi, Emma, I forgot you were on tonight. Oh, I'm sure you've remembered now, though. Something's given it away. And I've shot to the end of the chat. Oh, here we go. Yes, Andrew Buttergeek says, mushy nana in a bottle. Nah. And then more people are saying hello to each other. I'm sure you don't want to read each one of them out. Blackline says, thanks to Neil's burnt Todger, I remembered to buy pigs in blankets for Christmas. Just a little hint though, Blacklines, it's not Christmas yet. We're at the summer solstice at the moment. You might need to wait a bit.
He might be in the southern hemisphere.
And what
well,
difference
so it's
does that
Christmas now. It's Christmas now, isn't it? They have Christmas in summer. They do. They do. They have Christmas dinner on the beach in Australia. So
yeah, on Christmas Day.
Yeah, which is going to be in a couple of weeks.
No, it's on Christmas Day.
Yeah, which is in a couple of weeks' time in the southern hemisphere.
I'm not arguing about it.
I should hope
Christmas
not.
Day is on Christmas Day. We're anywhere.
Well, no, because
you know that.
There are different time zones, aren't there? Right? So at the moment, they're in many places in the world, it's not today. It's either tomorrow or yesterday.
But it's not Christmas Day, and you know that. So
no, that's in a couple of weeks' time in the southern hemisphere. They have Christmas in the middle of summer. You Google it.
My friend was in Australia at Christmas on Christmas Day, and she sent me messages from the beach on Christmas Day and said they're all having barbecues instead of Christmas dinner.
See, I told you they have Christmas in summer.
It was on our Christmas Day, and it was summer there. I'm not arguing. You know that you're on a wind up, and I'm not taking the bait. So shush. Oh my God! Last week you were picking on me for my sandwich. Now you're picking on me about Christmas Day. Huh. It's Thursday. Pick on Emma night. Come on, guys, bring it on. Pick on me. I shouldn't have said that, should I?
God knows you're giving them the ammunition with your bloody omelette with banana ketchup.
Oh yeah, that was horrible.
Is that your idea for weight loss? Just making food that's so disgusting you won't want to eat?
I don't want to eat. Yeah. Anyway, Matron says that she thinks Neil's tinkle sounds like a burnt slug.
Oh, bless it.
It does a bit,
I bet
actually.
He's got a lovely little tinkle, Neil. He's such a nice chap. I bet he's got a lovely one.
He's probably got a very, very nice one.
Yeah, exactly.
That punches gibbons.
Oh, I bet he's got... I mean... Okay, feature number 3. Can a circumcised tonk ever really look nice?
They look like those brain liquor sweets. Have you ever seen brain liquor sweets?
They're not pretty things, are they? I mean, an anteater can look lovely and kind of graceful. It can look a bit like a dolphin in full flight. But, a helmet version just never looks.
It looks like a roll-on deodorant.
It looks like a weird Chinese vegetable.
Well, hopefully we'll get lots of takers to answer that. Peter P says, Boaty's tinkle, also known as von Schmollhausen.
Yes.
And Bad Book says, early in the week, he had a Waitrose deli sausage roll meal in itself. Very good indeed. My grand's homemade sausage rolls were the very best.
Ooh.
And Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, Boaty done fuck all. And Andrew Buttergeek...
I've done nothing today, apart from argue with the letting agents about the garden. Garden.
Andrew Buttergeek says, sounds like Boaty needs an educator. I can't speak. Whenever I read these chat comments out, my tongue's going all over the place, except where I want it to go.
It happens. I always get the frog in my throat. I'll be absolutely fine all evening. No problem at all. And then suddenly I'm having to... I've got a name for it. It's Tom Jones syndrome. Oh, well, there you see the thing is, You have to be able to think a bit, you see.
It's only when I read the comments for some reason. Right, Andrew Buttergeek says, sounds like Boaty needs an education. Will Emma be up to teaching him a thing or three? Well, it depends on what I'm teaching him.
I'm too old to learn anything new. You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
And Matron says, my daughter makes an amazing sausage roll. I forgot about that. She really should sell them. Andrew Buttergeek says, sorry, Emma, I've got a fair bit on my plate at the moment, hence me forgetting to include you in my first greetings. Andrew, I was only joking. I know you've got lots on your plate. Don't worry about it. It was fake disappointment. Sophie Ellis Bextor says, it was not Neil's todger, it was his shoulders. And Matron says,
is that what we're saying then, after the news had broken and all of that? Okay, that is now the official line, darlings. Neil's todger wasn't toasted, it was his shoulders. His two shoulders just underneath his pork missile.
Matron's advice to me is to just say, yes, Daddy. Emma, no point arguing. Daddy. Black Line says, I'm not in the southern hemisphere. I'm near Scunthorpe. Slightly worse, admittedly, but I'm the right way up. And Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, she must be blonde. And she also says that I should call Boaty something begin with C, but I don't say that word because I'm a lady. Andrew Buttergeek says, Christmas in winter is a thing here. I don't understand that.
Told you.
Christmas in summer here is a hit and miss weather-wise. Some have Christmas lunch at the beach or the park.
I knew this. I told you. You didn't believe me. So, Merry Christmas to all of our Antipodean chums.
Well, it says Christmas in summer here is a hit and miss weather-wise. So they do have Christmas in summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be in a couple of weeks' time. Start wrapping your presents. That's my advice.
Sophie Ellis Bextor says, it's a good one and it's mine, regarding Neil's todger that you were trying to visualise. And Black Lines is impressed by the anteater. Well, I don't know if he's impressed. He looks quizzical about the anteater analogy. And Matron says, anteater, ever since Boaty announced his was one of those on a yard video, it cracks me up. You announced you had an anteater on a yard video. Was it over lunch?
No, I think we were working on a car. I'm James.
Well, that's the perfect time to say, oh, by the way, my Willie is an anteater.
It occurred to me that I had no idea whether Mustard was a helmet or an anteater. So I thought I'd ask him.
And then you decided to let him.
And he answered. He is an anteater, by the way.
Right, thanks for this information.
We could turn this into a game. You could guess whether all of the male viewers were helmets or anteaters and see how many you get right.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, shall I just finish the comments first? Because there's only a few left.
Yeah.
And then we'll give that game a go, because why not? So, Black Lion says, Tom Jones syndrome is not unusual.
Oh, nice one. Well done. Well done, that man.
A Black Lion said, oh no, we said that one. Andrew Buttergeek says, I wouldn't mind a lady's tongue all over my place. And World of True Crime is laughing at that. Simone is here. Hello, Simone. She says, hi, everyone. I'm knackered again. And Jimmy Mighty Queen says, it's gin and tonic time. And people are saying hi to Simone. Right. So let's go. Let's give me the names. And then you say the name of the person, the guy, and I will tell you what I think.
Jimmy Quinn.
I think he's a roll-on deodorant. I think he might be circumcised.
No. Anteater.
Oh, right.
I guarantee you.
Come on, Jimmy, let us know. Next.
Neil.
Anteater.
Yeah, I agree.
Andrew Buttergeek, I also think, is an anteater.
Oh,
what do you think?
Andrew, yeah, I agree.
Next.
Well, hang on, we're going to lose track of who said what if we crack on too much.
Oh well, I mean, Jimmy Mighty Quiz says no, but we both beg to differ on that, so we don't know what the answer is. So, all right, so we should have a look. Oh, Andrew Buttergeek wants to know what's the difference between an anteater and a helmet.
Well, about 2 centimeters.
Oh, and Matron has said a foreskin. Black Lion says a scarf. So Barry Scotter says Jewish Jimmy. Simone says, what are you talking about? Simone, we're playing a little game where Boaty is going to name the guys in the chat, or maybe guys not in the chat, but no, it should be the ones in the chat because they can answer then. And I'm guessing whether their penis resembles an anteater or a roll-on deodorant. So
oh, we were right about Andrew. I thought so.
He says, oh, thanks, Trace. I'm still intact in that department. Right, yeah.
Okay, King Charles.
Is that a member of the chat? Or we're talking about like the real King Charles?
The real King Charles.
Roll-on deodorant.
I wonder.
I thought you were going to tell me. I thought you had some inside information from the palace.
Have you ever met a member of the royal family?
Well, no, but Tracy does our family tree, and I am, and Tracy is, related to Princess Diana, but I didn't meet her. She did do a tour of where I used to live, but I wasn't out in the street at the time. Oh, yeah, okay. What was it, Tracy? Tracy, we're related to some of Henry VIII's wives, 2 of them, in fact. Tracy can let us know. I can't remember, but Princess Diana is our, something like 10th cousin, or I can't remember what it is. Yeah, that's where I get my good looks from, Princess Diana. You see. No, I haven't. Have you met any member of the royal family?
Yeah, I've met Charles on more than one occasion.
And you didn't think to ask him if he had an anteater?
Amazingly not, no. I was a little bit. I wasn't expecting to be, but I was a little bit overawed, to be honest. I used to be a mentor for the Prince's Youth Business Trust, and I met him at two of the do's, because he used to be quite sort of hands-on, and I thought it was a really good wheeze, a really good thing, and I was happy to give my time to the mentoring, and when I kind of very, very briefly met him, I assumed that I would be really cool and, probably a little bit flippant or so, because, that's kind of how I was. And I wasn't at all. I am a royalist. And, I was rather meek and overawed. And I kind of fucked my curtsy up a bit.
Okay. Are we going to continue?
It's not a difficult thing. It's just like one foot behind the other and sink. But I properly ballsed it up.
Did you remember to lift up your dress?
I remembered that bit.
Mate,
I've still got it. You never lose it. You never lose it.
Sophie Ellis Baxter says, hi, Simone. Same here, Simone. Get used to the holiday and then miss the holiday a lot. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says he's not a Jew. Blackline said, I got circumcised on the cheap. Still a bit of a rip-off, ow. Matron says, my dad wasn't either, Jimmy, but he was a roll-on deodorant. Barry Scotter says, Peter P says, Jimmy Jedi. Barry Scotter says, thanks for clearing that up, Jimmy. Simone says, okay, you are both weird. Ha ha. Blackline says, King Charles will be better off using his sausage fingers. Matron says, Anne Boleyn and Catherine Howard were cousins. Me and Emma share their grandfather.
What? Like in a threesome?
I wouldn't fancy that, Trace. Dig him up.
Would that count? If you had to throw it, not you, obviously, But if a person had a threesome with their sibling, but there was no direct doings between the siblings, would that still count as incest?
No. If
No?
there was no direct doings, no.
Oh, okay.
Tracy
Good
and
to
I
know.
came very close. Well, Tracy and I came quite close to doing something like that once, but we didn't.
Well, it depends how you define
It's
it.
just too weird. It's too weird to have your sister in the room. It's just,
Oh, I've done
no.
that. I've done that. I've done the in the room thing.
No, but it's too weird to have a sibling of your own in the room while you're doing what doing it. It's too weird to have them actively involved at the same time. It's just no. It
I
doesn't
didn't do
seem
the
feel.
actively involved thing, but I did. I did two sisters in bunk beds. Started on the bottom bunk, went up to the top bunk. That was
Okay,
it. That was the New Year's Eve party. Great night.
but that's different because they weren't actively involved. But it's
Yes,
even
they were.
even no with each other.
Oh no, not with each other. No.
If
Well, they did offer encouragement.
I don't believe it is incest if they're not actively involved at the same time.
Okay.
But at the same time, I would not do it because it would feel weird. But I don't think it's incest if they're not doing anything with each other.
What if it was like the man of your dreams?
What? And my sister wanted to have a go at the same time.
No. But what if your only opportunity was when you were like sharing a hotel room or something?
What? My sister's not getting involved at
No,
all.
but she's
She's
just going to be there.
well, that's okay. Me and a friend of mine. I'm not going to mention any names, but it was a long time ago. We did it in separate beds in the same room. I know that's a friend and not a sister, but I could just, I'd tell Matron just put the earplugs in or something. I'm sure she'd do that for me, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Matron? I'd do the same for you.
Wouldn't that mean that she was actively involved then?
No, because if she's got earplugs in and snoring, then no.
Oh, I see. Sorry. When you said put the earplugs in, I thought something different. Okay, never mind.
She'd need more than earplugs if she was doing something like that. Oh my goodness. Where is your brain at, mister?
I don't know. I'm having a weird day.
You definitely are. Oh dear, where we're up to. Oh yeah, she just said about the grandfather. Black Lions. Oh, Peter P says Prince Albert. Black Lion says, does he have a say in it, Tracy? He must be knackered. The grandfather. Peter P then says, is he also in the special cupboard? No. It's only my parents and two cats are in the special cupboard. I'm a bit concerned that, if I go before Tracy, I'm going to have to spend all of eternity in a cupboard with my parents and two cats. Anyone else, if anybody fancies it, if they don't fancy being buried in like a graveyard or cremated and sprinkled somewhere, they could put in a special request to spend the rest of their time as an inmate in Tracy's hall cupboard.
Now, there was a really interesting program about this on Radio 4 last night or the night before. I think it was the Moral Maze, 8 o'clock on whatever night it is, Tuesday or Wednesday. And they were talking about funerals and kind of, are they important? Are they for the survivors or are they for the deceased? And are they kind of a waste of money? And they were saying that I forgot what you call it now, but they do a no frills cremation where there's no service, no words are spoken, there's no nothing. They just get done. But even that is 1,500 quid. And a burial is like 4.5 grand minimum. It was really, really interesting. If you've never listened to the Moral Ways, then they set a kind of moral question to that week's panel of people. And then they have expert witnesses come on who are questioned. And it got really, really interesting. They had They had a theologian expert witness on, a religious expert witness, and some, as always tends to happen, it goes off on tangents, and some really, really interesting things came up. It was, yeah.
I think our dad didn't have a funeral. He was just cremated. So that's what he's had. Well, I mean, we're waiting to decide what to do with him. Well, we know what we want to do with him, but I don't think Tracy is around to arranging it.
And one of the moral questions that came up was, if a deceased person leaves instructions for their funeral or whatnot, and you disregard those instructions, then is it okay to do that, or are you being a bit of a bastard? And I was interested in that because I'm guilty of doing that. When my mother passed away, there was it was an amazing funeral. There were friends, family, work colleagues, because my mother was a very highly regarded and much loved person. So, it was standing room only. The wake afterwards was just amazing. People got up and spoke very movingly. It was a wonderful send off, made me feel a lot better. Now, my father always insisted that he wanted nothing, certainly no religious service, nothing like that, and no celebration of any sort, because he thought his life had been entirely worthless. Um, and he wanted no kind of celebration of it. And I went against that. And there was a service. And there's some beautiful words were spoken. Unfortunately, only two people were in attendance, me and Boo, because my dad, being my dad, didn't have any friends. And of course, there was no surviving family apart from me. But there was a service, and it did mean something to me. Even though it went against his wishes, I felt that having lived a life that was almost entirely devoid of dignity, and certainly his last years after his stroke and after mum passing away, he had zero dignity. I felt at that very last moment there was a bit of dignity, and that meant a lot to me.
Our Father, our Father,
Who
who
art
art
in
in heaven.
heaven, hallowed be thy name.
He said
Thy
that what he
kingdom come,
wanted.
thy will be done, probably by
I knew this would
Maker.
happen. I like that. That was good.
Thank you.
That was really good, actually. So yes. Anyway, our dad, he said what he wanted for us to say. Us to just say, "Piss off, you drunken old bastard," and just get on with living our lives. He didn't want any fuss or faff or people being sad. He just wanted us to get on with living our lives. And our mum, I tried to get information out of her as to what she wanted, and she just kept on saying, "Oh, I'm not planning on going anywhere for a long time." That was very loud in my ear. She didn't say that, I did. And then she did go somewhere, and we didn't have a clue. We still don't know what to do with her because she didn't give any indication. She just kept on saying, "I'm not planning on going anywhere." So hence they're still both in the cupboard together, which they wouldn't have liked because they didn't get on very well. But neither of them left any wishes apart from my dad saying he wanted us to say piss off and with our lives. So we haven't gone against their wishes by putting them in the cupboard because they didn't tell us what they wanted. Although we're probably going to sprinkle my dad in Yorkshire at some point because that's where he's from. Ebden
Well,
Bridge. No. Is he from
well,
Ebden Bridge?
it is.
My
Yeah.
void.
My mum is in my cupboard because I've been too poor since she died to do what I want to do. I've talked about it loads of times. The only thing on my bucket list: do that road trip one last time and say a final goodbye to mum. My dad, I kind of went along with his wishes in a way, because although he had a wonderful service, then it was that happened. He died at the time after my accident, when I couldn't work and Sainsbury's had sacked me and everything, and I was totally skint. So, forgive me, I didn't pay for the funeral. So I haven't got Dad's ashes because I didn't dare go and collect them because I never paid for it.
Sorry, I was munching and dropping my scampi fries. Oh, so what happened to them? Do they just dispose of them or something?
I've got no idea. I haven't got a clue. I've never asked the question. And I've never really, apart from one letter, I've never been chased up for the funeral costs because I had, because of my situation, because obviously after the accident, sacked, blah, 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 and no money. I said to the funeral directors that whatever the service was, it had to fall within the cost that you get if you are unemployed. You can claim funeral, something like that. And I said, look, whatever that allowance is, it's got to fall within that. And I'd heard or I'd read that that they had quite a dodgy business practice, the old funeral directors, and they would invariably hike the cost up. So that when it went over what you were expecting, there were hidden costs with this, that, and the other. And people who thought that they were getting, I can't remember what it's called now. It was a very traumatic time in my life. But people thought that all the costs were going to be covered by the whatever it is, the welfare thing, and they never were. Well, as it turned out, because Dad didn't have a clue what he was doing with his money and this, that, and the other. As it turned out, when he died, he had enough money to pay for his funeral. So he didn't, or I didn't get the welfare thing. But also because Dad was crap with his money, and because there was no, there'd been problems with formal identification and this, that, and the other, and I never got access to the house or his belongings after he died. I had no way, and he never left a will. I had no way of claiming his estate. So whatever money he had just disappeared. It's still in a bank somewhere. So the funeral directors never got a penny. And I never really got chased for it, presumably because I had a binding agreement in place with them that I would not pay anything over and above the whatever it was called, the freebie for unemployed people. Now, as it turned out, the amount that they got was zero, but the specific terms of the agreement were that I wouldn't be liable for a penny over and above what they received from the DSS. And the fact that they received nothing doesn't negate as far as I'm concerned, doesn't negate the agreement. And presumably they agreed because I was never chased for it, but it does mean that I never got the ashes.
How do you feel about that?
Fine, to be honest. Maybe I shouldn't, but it's he didn't want anything like that. And the ashes are symbolic. I don't believe they really are the ashes anyway. It's probably, they probably bung a load of stuff in there and just share them all out equally. I don't believe that they're the mortal remains of my father or anything like that. It's different with Mum because I suppose, if I'm honest, because the symbolism, I choose to buy into that level of symbolism, and and I would like to do that thing with Mum's ashes, and tell myself that they are her ashes, and do that symbolic thing as a tribute to the woman that she was and the life that we had together and all of that. But there isn't any of that with Dad. I mean, Dad was just, bless him, I loved him dearly, but he was only ever a liability throughout his life, and he didn't want any of that kind of thing anyway. And we did the service, but the ashes, no, don't really. No, no, not
I
really.
suppose maybe the more important thing for you was the service, the words you spoke and things, as opposed to what happens afterwards with the ashes.
Yeah, I think so. Purely because of that bit of dignity, the fact that he had that modicum of dignity for that snapshot in time after his life ended that he never had when he was actually alive. The scattering of the ashes things, yeah, no.
Well, especially if he didn't have any wishes in that regard. So
none whatsoever, except that he wanted no remembrance, no celebration, no nothing at all. So, in a sense, I've granted him his wish. I mean, he can't,
yeah,
if he's down there, then he can't grumble about me doing the service, especially as because it included all of his favourite poetry. But then I completely complied because I said, "No, can't be asked to pick you up from the funeral directors, mate. You can stay there in their cupboard."
yeah, no, remember, yeah, I've got nothing to remember him by or anything. That's what he
Yeah,
wanted. So
yeah.
so you can't feel bad about it, no. Okay, shall I return to the chat for a bit?
Why not?
Matron is laughing at the special cupboard. Andrew Buttigieg says, "We have royalty in our presence then." And Matron says, "I think he was beheaded for treason and buried in the Tower of London grounds, Peter P." Bad Book says, "Tracy and Emma, Anne Boleyn was born at Blickling Hall near Norwich." And Simone says, "I spent the day fabricating metal parts for the Cortina. Very happy with the results." You've been working really hard on that, haven't you, Simone? I feel like you've been doing it maybe every day this week.
She's
But yeah,
doing
and
really well.
lots of
Have a
videos
look at the
coming up.
video. She's amazing.
I have, yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. There's videos going up. She's talking about the work she's doing on it. She's knackered at the end of the day, which is showing how much work she's doing on it. A disinterested car girl has been giving you a like, Simone. And Jimmy Mighty Quinn is saying that's good, Simone, and Andrew Buttigieg is agreeing. Peter P says, and they hide your clothes, I've heard, regarding siblings. Well, Tracy never hid my clothes. Bad Book said, "Simone, excellent. Glad you're happy with the results." Jimmy Mighty Quinn chimes in that he's done a mother and daughter. Well, Tracy and I know a guy who was trying to get the whole family, and he did the mother, did the daughter, and he didn't quite get me. Almost, but I came to my senses. Lovely. Sorry, Trace, if I'm giving your secrets away, but I'm sure you've mentioned that before. Andrew Buttigieg says, and Boaty did the sisters' mum after. Did you do their mum after?
The next day, yeah. One of the proudest moments of my life. But the bit I'm not proud of is that kind of happened the next morning, late morning. And then I went for a lunchtime drink down at the social club and a game of pool and whatnot. And I was chatting with the lads and having a laugh. And they all said, "You've got to do the full set. You've got to go after Grandma." And we had a laugh about that and had a couple of drinks. And God forgive me, I went and had a look at it. I did go and have a look. Well, yeah, I mean, I take the point. And I went and I thought, no. Got to draw the line somewhere. But I'm ashamed that I went and looked.
Oh, you didn't do the mum then?
I did the
grandma.
Mum,
yeah, not the grandma.
I didn't do Grandma.
Interesting question then. So, out of the mum and the two sisters, which one was the better looking, and which one was the better podgering experience? Just out of interest.
The better looking was the one that was my girlfriend. The better podgering experience was her sister.
Oh, poor mum then didn't win in any department.
Oh no, that was just for shits and giggles.
Oh, so how did that work out then afterwards? So if your girlfriend was the better looking, but the better in podgering experience with the sister. How did you feel about that afterwards? When you were with your girlfriend, were you not kind of thinking about the sister a bit?
Oh yeah, yeah, of course. But that just spurred me on, didn't it?
And this relationship went on for how long?
I think it stumbled on for a couple of days.
Days, right? Okay. Anyway, Simone says sibling activity is just wrong. Dipping your wick in siblings one after the other is just nasty. Yeah, Boaty, nasty, nasty. You should be ashamed of yourself.
It wasn't
And
bad.
it is a bit yuck if it's like, yeah, it is a bit gross, to be honest. If it's like if it was the next day, that's not so bad. But if it's like you're literally on a bunk bed and then you go swapping and going onto the other one and getting it on with them. When you were on the other bunk bed, what was the initial one doing?
We were drunk. It was a New Year's Eve party. It was a house party at somebody's house, and we were just in this bedroom. And I got home. I said a name then, and there were bunk beds, and me and so were squidged up in the bottom bunk. The sister was up above. Everybody was drunk. We started getting it on, and the sister said, "Oh, for fuck's sake, don't do that. I'm in on my own. I can't cope with that." And I said, "Don't worry, I'll come up and sort you out afterwards." And we all laughed, and I did.
But what did the girlfriend do while you were up with the sister? Did she just lay there giggling, or did she go to sleep, or did she continue fiddling with herself?
I honestly can't remember. I wasn't really concentrating on that.
If I was with a partner, so if I was the girlfriend in this situation and we'd just been doing stuff and Tracy was on the top bunk and she was saying, I'm feeling a bit left out here, and you said, it's all right, Trace, don't worry, I'll come up and do you in a minute. And then you finished with me and then you went up there. I wouldn't just be laying there thinking, oh, that's cool. I'd be like, hang on a minute. It's my sister.
Well, it's just keeping it in the family, isn't it? It's not like cheating.
It's worse than cheating. It's gross. If it's like on the same bunk bed, if it was a different day or something, that's not so bad.
Right. So
I'm with Simone on this one.
If you were staying in a youth hostel with Tracy and you're in bunk beds and you've got yourself a beautiful Chinese takeaway, and Tracy said, my dinner was absolutely rubbish. I only ate half of it and now I'm absolutely starving, and you've got that beautiful Chinese takeaway. God, I'd love a bit of that. And you've got loads of takeaway. Are you really not going to give her a chicken ball and a bit of sweet and sour sauce and some rice?
No, I'd probably say, well, why don't we ring up and get you a delicious takeaway as well?
They're shut. It's 2:00 in the morning.
Nah, there'll be somewhere she can get some food from. Otherwise, I'd just say, oh, well, never mind, Faith.
You selfish
breakfast time
cow.
soon.
You selfish cow.
No, it's completely different. It's completely different, and you know it. A pair of sisters and a Chinese takeaway are completely different.
Well, there are similarities. Well,
okay, come on then.
I think we're all learning something about you tonight.
Look, I've been in a situation where I could have been with people that my sister was with, and I didn't go there. Did I, Trace? We don't share that sort of thing, me and Trace. Not at the same time. I just can't. If I know there's a guy that's been with my mum or my sister, I just can't. And there were guys like that, and I just didn't want to. I think that's why I didn't do anything with the said guy who did come for me as thirds. You know, I was like, no, I can't. This is just weird. You know,
so
can't do it. Stop tapping your fingers on the table.
You know when you go and visit your sister.
Yes.
Did you have dinner or lunch or something?
I visited her twice recently. The first time we got a takeaway. Yeah, we got a kebab, I think. Yeah. And the second time it was kids' party food.
So who ate their kebab first? And did you go into separate rooms to eat them?
No, we sat in the same room and ate our kebabs at the same time. And you know that kebabs are completely different to guys.
Hypocrite?
No.
Yeah.
You know
It's.
it. You know it. You know
I
it's
don't.
not.
I
You
don't.
just want to wind up. I know you are.
I'm not.
Yeah, of
It's
course you are.
right. It's a natural pleasure, and you're saying that you couldn't enjoy a natural pleasure with your sister in the same place at the same time, and yet you have just openly admitted to enjoying tucking into a kebab at the same time at the same place. So, you know, have a word with
No,
yourself.
no, there's no like, todger juice involved in kebabs. I hope not anyway.
You still get greasy fingers, don't you?
It's not the same, and you know it.
No, no such thing.
This is just one of like Boaty's weird brain farts going on here. You know it's not the same.
Have you ever slept with a kebab?
No. Have you? Probably.
Yes, yes. Oh, yes.
When you say slept with, do you mean you just fell asleep on it, or do you mean that you dipped your wick into it?
I might have, for all that I know. It was my gay night when we'd just bought Ghost and Nightingales, and to celebrate, Mel, my business partner, took me to Blackpool, and memorably, because she lived with a gay guy, we went to the Flying Handbag and then the Pink Flamingo nightclub. And so drunk, staying in the flashiest hotel in Blackpool. And at God knows what time, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, we went into the back streets and bought kebabs. Again, forgive me, mother. I drove back to the hotel so drunk, so drunk. Obviously, would never do anything like that now. And because it was a really posh hotel, it had one of those incredibly tightly made beds, you know, where the sheets are ironed on the bed and everything's all dead flat. And you have to yank everything out so that you can actually get into it. And I was really drunk, wasn't I? So I just got my clothes off, managed to climb into this incredibly tightly made bed with my extra large Blackpool kebab. And then I have absolutely no memory until I woke up the next morning, just in this incredibly tightly made bed with a terrible hangover and just kebab all over me. I had to go and have a shower to remove the kebab, and it was
And
everywhere.
the sheet's no longer pristine.
The sheets were anything but pristine.
Oh, it would
Well,
be really hard to get all the grease out and everything. Oh god.
that was a great night. That was one
What a
of our
waste of good
favourite
kebab.
nights.
I could see Tracy on my screen there making a very valid comment. It's far down the chat, but I just saw it on there where she said, yes, we both had our own kebab. We didn't share the same kebab. And that's the point, isn't it? You're likening that kebab to me and Tracy. We should be sharing the same guy because we both had a kebab at the same time. But no, we had our own kebab. We weren't sharing a kebab.
Yeah, but you both had a bit of meat from the same place.
But we had completely different meat.
It's
So
not
it's like your analogy
completely
is,
different. It's off the
your
same skewer.
no, it's not.
It
We
is.
didn't have the same. No, it's not. She had, I think, a shish kebab or something. I had a doner kebab or doner kebab. Completely different. Hers
No.
might have been chicken as well. I'm not sure, but it's like going down the pub and pulling two different guys. Me and Tracy go to a pub, pull two different guys, take them both home and shag them. Yeah, that's completely different to us going down the pub and picking the same guy and bringing him home and doing things together or doing things one after the other. Completely different. So yeah, we win, you lose.
They're not completely different because in the eyes of God, they're both sins because
Yeah,
they
but
were
we don't
done.
believe in God, so it doesn't count.
They're still sins. Sex outside of marriage is a sin.
Kebabs on. So okay.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Thank you. Give me something at last. Right. So we get back to the comments now that I've won that one. Right. Let's have a look. Where were we? Matron says Boaty is having thoughts about when we come up in August. Hotel, man of dreams, etc. Rover Joe is here, says hello, Boaty and Emma. Hi, Rover Joe. Simone says years ago.
Hang on, stop. When Rover Joe comes, we have to say Rover Joe and give him a massive virtual hug. It's the
All
rule.
right. Rover Joe!
All right, steady on. Steady on. Oh, my God.
Hey, Rover Joe.
He's only young. You'll have traumatised him.
Simone says, years ago, I was accosted by a friend who wanted some action, but she was drunk. I refused on principle. Oh, you've got good morals, Simone. Not like that Boaty over there.
Yeah, that's
Peter P says,
that's why you haven't had any for a few years, isn't it?
Well, she's got the satisfaction that she's done the right thing there.
Or not done the wrong thing.
Yeah. Peter P says, what? You don't have to be cremated for a place in the cupboard? Bad Book says direct cremation. Peter P says all scampy action.
Direct cremation. That's the cheap option.
People are saying hi to Rover Joe, and I'm twitching. I have to have a bit of a tick, otherwise it wouldn't be me. What are you giggling at? You just read something funny.
I've just read Black Lines, yeah.
Oh, I had a threesome with some twins once. Jessica was amazing, but Jeremy was a right pain in the arse. Matron says, yep, Dad's going into the river at Mythenroyd. So that's a trip that needs to be arranged. And I'm burping. Hang on. Excuse me. I hope you didn't hear that. I should have muted myself. Barry Squatter says, when I die, just put me in the bin. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, now they do boil in a bag funerals. Black Book says, my mum wanted burying with her dog's ashes, but not allowed. So her sister put the ashes in 2 teddy bears. So my mum got a wish. That's a good idea. Matron says, thy will be done. Probably my matron. She's laughing at that. It was funny. Laughing at it again now. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, I'm not having a funeral. My kids are not too pleased. And says it's true, Barry. Matron says, when a family hasn't yet collected the cremation ashes of a loved one, funeral directors are expected to hold the ashes for at least 5 years before disposing of them accordingly. She Googled it.
Well,
Barry Squatter doesn't.
It's over 5 years now.
Barry Squatter doesn't blame Jimmy. Jimmy said his friend told him today. Barry says, Jimmy, can't see how they can boil you. Andrew Buttergeek says, funerals are expensive and a rip-off. Things went wrong during Dad's funeral. There was supposed to be a live stream for relatives outside. I think that's what that means. There was also supposed to be music and a picture montage of Dad. Matron says, if someone dies with money in the bank or owns property or shares, etc., then that can still be claimed for a number of years. And Andrew Buttergeek says that didn't happen. Apparently, technical trouble. And shot to the end again. Right. Barry Squatter says, I hate funerals, full stop. I don't think anybody really likes them, do they? Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, my mum died in 2013. It cost £8,000 rip-off. Andrew Buttergeek says, Dad's funeral cost about 17 Australian dollars. Simone says, I'm posting photos on my community page on my channel. Feel free to have a look. Oh, yeah, we'll have a look at that. And Andrew said he will as well. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, I'd done 2 sisters. Both was poo. Oh, dear. Andrew Buttergeek says, wrong holes, Jimmy. Andrew Buttergeek says, a succulent Chinese meal. And Matron, Simone says she's posted. Matron said, Emma is correct. We don't share guys. It puts us both off. True. What would happen, Tracy, if we ever had a situation where we've both been interested in the same guy? I don't think we have we? I think we've had a situation where a guy has been interested in one of us, but then went with the other one. But I don't think we've ever had that situation where we've got slightly different tastes, I think. And she says we didn't share the same kebab, separate plates, separate meats. Exactly. And Andrew Buttergeek says, don't cross the meat. Project Nigel is here. Hi. He says, hello, egg custard flingers. I thought he said custard fingers. Egg custard flingers. Hey, mustard. Project Nigel. And Dino Dad has arrived as well. Hi, Ross. He says, hello, gang. And Andrew Buttergeek says, hello, Captain Audi. Is how you pronounce that? Audi. I'm disinterested car girl, so I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. It sounds like Aldi to me.
Yeah, Audi. Yeah.
And Peter P says, hello, Der Kaiser Mustard. And Dino Dad says, Audi, everyone. And Bad Books. Oh, that's quite funny, actually.
Well,
Audi, everyone. That's a good one. Bad Book says, Boaty kebab podgering in a posh Blackpool hotel. Is that the title, do you think?
Oh, could be. I'll screenshot that.
DM says, sorry, Boaty, I'm with Emma on this one. Yay! Yay! Peter P says, sinful kebabs. Tracy is laughing at kebabs outside of marriage isn't a sin. Sorry. My tooth felt weird. Andrew Buttergeek said, I pity the housemaid. Thinking, who's this that shat that bed?
I love them, the housemaids. Every woman, every man, join the caravan of love. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Whatever happened to them?
I'm your brother. I'm your brother, don't you know? She's my sister. She's my sister, don't you know? Is that what you call the caravan? Is it the caravan of love?
If you go way back on the videos to when we first collected it, yes, that the housemaids figured a lot in our plans.
Andrew Buttergeek says, "Oh, tongue action." Peter P said, "Didn't Billy Connolly do some Marmite stuff in bed? Presumably, yep."
Oh, that was
Project
hilarious.
Nigel says,
for those who don't know, this was a true story that Billy Connolly told, and Billy Connolly was very fond of Vegemite, which is the Australasian version of Marmite, a yeast extract type thing. And he liked Vegemite for breakfast, spread on buttered white bread. And he was in an incredibly posh hotel in London, and he had a suite. And the suite in this hotel had a butler, but it was shared. There were two suites on the same floor, and a butler worked both of the suites. And it had this beautiful, crisp white bedding. And Connolly dropped his Vegemite on bread on this sheet and picked it up, ate it, but it left this brown stain on the sheet in just the wrong place. And he tried and he couldn't, and it was just, and that just made it worse. It just looked like a skid mark, and as he's trying to sort this out, the butler came in to make the bed and everything. And Connolly sort of said, "Oh no, it's fine. No, absolutely fine, sir. Leave it to me. Leave it to me. You just carry on. Glad to help, sir. Glad to help." And so the butler went to the bed, threw back the covers, preparatory to stripping the bed and changing it, and went, "Oh dear." And Connolly sort of said, "Yeah, I'm very sorry. It's not what." "Oh no, sir. It's absolutely fine. I will." "Oh dear, I will deal with this." And Connolly said, No. I can't possibly let you. Leave it to me." And just went in, dived face down on the sheet, and went,
"Oh God."
He told it a lot better than I did.
Project Nigel said he's just getting ready to prove that Boaty did nothing to fix his own car. That sounds interesting.
Well, it's also bollocks.
And he says on video.
Oh, so he's done some clever editing to make it look as if I did sod all. Good luck with that.
He did actually previously say that you had been working hard. So, yeah, we won't believe you, Mustard. Sorry.
Exactly.
Jimmy Mighty Queen says, I'm eating Chinese now. Oh, Chinese food or Chinese female?
I've got Chinese food tonight. I'm having my homemade Chinese chicken curry for supper tonight, and I'm very excited about it. And then for lunch tomorrow, I've got Momo. Oh, and breakfast today was the best part of today. My breakfast, as I told you in last night's live stream, was that chicken fried rice. And it was an amazing, what a brilliant breakfast. My breakfast tomorrow will be a tiny portion of beans on toast, by the way. So Chinese chicken curry with fried rice tonight. Tiny portion of beans on toast tomorrow morning for breakfast, and then Momo for lunch. Thank you very much.
Just to throw in there, don't you be thinking you're feeding me any baked beans, because I eat a lot of things, but baked beans I cannot stand.
I had no plans to feed you baked beans.
That's all right then. I was just thought I'd check. You imagine you say, "Oh, I thought I'd do beans on toast for breakfast," and I'll be like, no.
No, we've got bacon. We've got bacon.
Are we having bacon butties?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's all right then. Oh, nice.
Already
You never
bought
told me that.
in the fridge. I bought. Oh, did I not tell you? Yeah, I
No.
bought it. Look, in its own bacon thing that you can't get into. There you go.
Oh, yum. Oh, I should look forward to that then.
Smoked, if that's okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good. Yes. Oh, yes. I approve. Oh, thank you.
Not at all.
I'll have to wait a few days for that now. Not
Oh,
long.
it won't be long.
Oh, my God. Hang on. What is it today? Thursday. Blimey.
Yeah, I know.
There soon.
And today was my day for sorting out the guest cupboard and laundering the bedding and doing all of that sort of thing. And I've had un jour sans, a day when I've done absolutely nothing. So I've done my normal thing, and I've just thought, oh well, sod it, I'll do fuck all, and that's that really. Take me as you find me.
As long as you wash the bedding, because you said you haven't washed it since Neil and Sophie were in it, so I would quite like clean bedding. Please, if you clean bedding. Otherwise, don't worry about doing anything else.
I'll do it tomorrow.
I would appreciate that. Oh, Andrew Buttergeek says, bad news on the TV. Donald Sutherland has passed away.
Yeah, earlier this evening, his son Kiefer announced it about, I think it was about 8 o'clock, something like that.
Oh, I didn't know that. Peter P is saying House Martin. Matron says
the thing I loved him in most of all was MASH, the film. Now, I know there was a TV series of MASH, and that was like all anodyne and vanilla, but the film version of MASH was proper black humour, and I loved it. I've got it on DVD somewhere.
Matron says the closest me and Emma came to fancying and having the same guy was Woofer. We both fancied him, and he fancied everyone, including my friends and Emma's friends and Mum's friends. Yeah, I didn't go there though, Tracy. You know that. Even though he thinks I did, I didn't. Andrew Butterkey says he got the 12-inch of that Caravan of Love, and Simone is saying hi to Ross and Captain Custard. Andrew Buttergeek is throwing up at the thought of Vegemite. Ross says, takeaway Indian last night for the troops here. 6 sauces, 5 samosas, onion bhajis, 3 garlic naans, 1 Peshwari naan, poppadoms and rice. Yeah, I did feel a bit like that when I was reading, actually. And he says he's skint. Simone says she loves Twiglet. Andrew, that would look really funny on my screen. Andrew Buttergeek says, Boaty would make a good butler. He's got the voice for it. Yeah, I think so too, actually. Barry Scotter says, hi, Mustard Clop. Andrew Buttergeek says, not surprised, Ross. Barry Scotter says, Emma, what on earth is wrong with baked beans? Oh, they're vile. I can't stand. I don't like the flavour. I don't like the texture. I just don't like anything about them. Peter P says, aren't baked beans really peas, Boaty?
Exactly. Thank you for remembering that lunch video. One of the good ones.
Barry Scotter says they call him Barry Shit Peas. Peter P says because, and Simone says because he shits peas. And Matron also says he shits peas. And Andrew Buttigieg says because he shits peas. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says, is the bacon before sex or after sex? I don't know. Have you asked the bacon? Did the bacon have sex before you bought it, or is it going to have sex after you've bought it?
I will question it closely when I open the packet.
Is it in a pre-sex state or a post-orgasmic state?
Well, it looks quite limp.
Oh, post.
Yeah.
Why? What have you been doing with it? You've been wrapping it around your pork sausage, haven't you? Trying to make pigs in blankets.
Well, it is nearly Christmas in Australia.
Oh, for God's sake. Dino Dad Ross says, I'm having a sod all day too. Need one as I get older. Barry Scotter says he shits peas in the morning.
Without
and
any warning, and then at 3:30 he shits some more peas.
And then, sorry, I was just remembering something that my great nephew said when me and Tracy were singing that song. And it just amused me. Anyway, Matron says during Jimmy. Andrew Buttigieg says during Jimmy. And Matron is laughing at Andrew. And Peter P is laughing at Matron. They're all laughing at each other. Hang on. Right. And Andrew Buttigieg says snap, Chase. And Jimmy Mighty Quinn is laughing so much. Simone says beef curtains, lol. And Andrew Buttigieg says Donald Sutherland's first film was The Dirty Dozen.
Oh, was it?
Ross says Fatboy Slim was in The House Martins.
Was
Simone
it?
says, oh no, Donald Sutherland was a great actor. Bad Book says I don't eat baked beans, scrambled egg, or cornflakes. That's all my dad fed me for 3 months when Mum was hospitalised after giving birth to my brother, coming up for 50 years ago. And Andrew Buttigieg says beef curtains. I haven't drawn them for quite some time, Simone. You shouldn't draw them. Simone says, and Andrew, me neither. And Matron says, oh yeah, that's what my great nephew said when we were singing it. He said, oh no, not that song again. And then my niece, who is his mum, said, where's you ever heard that before? And then Bad Book said, Andrew, The Dirty Dozen is a great film.
And on that note, it is time for us to bugger off and say goodnight. Now, as I did the intro, why don't you do the outro, M11?
Could, I suppose.
Yeah.
If you insist.
Yeah. I've been dreading those cable cars all day. I shared it with my favourite customers at work. They come in on a Thursday night, my two lovely ladies, and they don't do the internet. They're both ladies of a certain age. They're both divorced, and they've lived together since they got divorced. They're both retired nurses. One's in her late 70s, one's in her mid 80s. They've visited Nepal a few times, and they're just lovely. And like I say, they don't do the internet, but I keep them up to speed. So they know all about you lot and all about, and they know all about you coming, M11. And so they were asking questions. So I brought them up to speed on the cable car question and showed them pictures of the cable cars. And they are joining me in praying that it's going to be windy on Monday, so they're not running.
Oh, I did stitches I was genuinely laughing out loud at the end of last night's live stream. It was so funny. Oh, I'm laughing now thinking about it. Do you know we don't have to do them because I'm scared of the thought too. So we genuinely don't have to.
Good, let's not. Oh, I need to say a massive thank you to Peter P, who very kindly PayPal'd me 10 quid for us to spend on Monday.
Oh, thanks, Peter P. That's really nice. What should we spend it on, Boaty?
Well, not the bloody cable car for a start. He didn't say what we had to spend it on. So,
I'm happy to go on the little. Is it a tram or train? The little railway thing. Yeah, I'm happy to go on that. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. You'll love that.
I do like the idea of the cable cars, but I would be scared because I can't help thinking they're just dangling by this little piece of metal, and what if that breaks? You know.
The tram is a much better experience all round.
I honestly, I would be nervous. I'm too scared to go up Blackpool Tower, so I'm
Oh
happy to
God,
stay on the ground.
I did the Eiffel Tower I was in my 40s when, oddly enough, when I lived in Paris, I never did the Eiffel Tower because I wasn't a tourist. But when I went to Paris with the wife and kids, and I would have been in my 40s, and my height thing had started by then. And we went up the Eiffel Tower, went up to the top, and I think that was the first time I experienced it. I'd never had a thing like that before. And I just thought, absolutely fine. We got to the top, and I strode out purposefully to show the kids the amazing view of Paris and to point out this, that, and the other side. I knew Paris like the back of my hand. And suddenly, the mesh and whatnot, and suddenly it just hit me. And I just went back and I went,
Oh,
I
yeah.
think that was the
Oh.
first time.
How long ago was that, did you say?
Oh, I would have been in my very early 40s, 40, 41. So 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know I was winding up a bit last night, but I am scared of it too. Because you mentioned it to me first. You said to me, "Oh, we could go on the cable cars or something," and I thought, "Okay, if you want to go on them, I'll try and be brave." And I didn't realise that you didn't actually want to go on them.
Yeah, let's not be brave. Let's just do
It's
the tram.
fine, honestly. Yeah, we
Yeah.
could do the tram and do like nice things and look at the seaside.
We'll tell them that they were closed. We'll do some filming,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we'll say, yeah, we're going on the cable cars. We're really excited about it. We're going to conquer our fear, and then we'll just say, oh no, they're closed. Oh bother! How distressing. I suppose we'll have to go on the tram.
What a
Yes,
jolly
you will.
inconvenience.
Yes, indeed. Oh, boss.
That's a good plan.
Me.
Don't tell them. Don't tell them
No,
we'll do that.
That's just between us.
Yeah, that's fine. But oh god, it's only a couple of days away now. I can't believe it. I need to think about what. Did you see my post on the Facebook group about give me suggestions on what to pack? I thought that would be quite funny. I thought Ross's was quite funny with the step ladder. No, that was quite amusing. I got a lot of takers on that one. I like it when I post something on there and they get a lot of people interested. It's a shame they don't join in with the Monday night features quite as much.
They will. We'll get there.
But yeah, I need to think about what to bring, what to pack, and oh my god.
I need to think about what car we're going to go in and petrol and how to put them in. It'll be grand. It'll be grand. It'll be an adventure. We've got bacon. We will have Momo. And it'll be good.
It better be. I'm counting on it.
We both need a break.
Oh, it would be really nice. It'd be like it's completely out of the ordinary, out of my daily life. It's doing something completely different, and that's what I like. I love doing that sort of thing when you sort of have a time when you just think, "Oh, F it," I'm just going to do something completely different, and hopefully it'll be nice, and we get lots of film from it to show everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And we'll be doing the live stream on Monday night, so we can tell them all how it went.
Yeah, Sunday night as well. I know we won't have done it by then, but yeah, that'll be interesting.
We could even do a live stream on the journey there.
Yeah, we could. Yeah,
while we're driving.
Oh yeah,
you could host it.
Oh, yeah, there's so many options. We'll just do what we feel like we want to do at the time.
Right, say goodnight to everybody. I need to go and eat and sleep, and I need to wake up and have a better day tomorrow. Do some stuff in the cottage, do washing and that sort of thing. Oh, and the gardener's coming tomorrow. You'll see in the Daily Diary video.
Shall I just skim read through this in case there's anything we've missed that is worth mentioning?
Yeah, go for it.
Andrew Buttergeek says, speaking of songs, Sean was singing the Rose Garden song in his last video. What? Not Lady Garden.
I saw it. I've caught up on all of Sean's videos, and he did indeed sing that.
Was it the proper version or the Lady Garden version?
Oh, the proper version. Sean's a decent chap. He wouldn't indulge in our nonsense.
Bad Book says, hit the like. It's nowhere near last night, so yeah, hit the like. But half the people have gone to bed now, but still hit it. Simone says she's going back to the rust grinding tomorrow. Jimmy Mighty Quinn says Donald Sutherland's first film was a bit part in Dr. Terror's House of Horrors 1965. Barry Scott wants to know if we're going on the pier. I believe we are we?
Of course.
Yeah, I like Piers. Not Piers Morgan. And Jimmy Mighty Quinn says that we're going under the pier. We might get washed away if we go under the pier. Andrew Buttigieg says under the boardwalk. Barry Scott wants to know if you've cleaned the lampshades yet.
No, I haven't cleaned anything.
And Project Nigel says he's still here, and Ross says shortest day here, roll like summer. And that concludes the chat for tonight. So I believe, yes, it is time to go. So thank you, everybody, for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for putting up with me yet again on a Thursday night. I hope it was tolerable. And you will next see me, you'll next see me on Sunday evening, sitting next to that guy. Which side are you on? Hang on. That guy there. Is that right? I should be sitting there irritating him. And on Monday night as well. So yes, I hope you will look forward to that. Until then, you have got that guy there for the next couple of nights on his lonesome while I prepare myself. I may not be in the chat the next couple of nights because they're late ones, and I could do with getting some rest ahead of my trip because I think it's going to wear me out a bit. You have to be here. But yes, thank you everybody for watching. I'm going to hand you over to Boaty because he does the good nights far better than I do. But thank you and have a nice restful night. You better not be doing any of them when I'm visiting. I forget earplugs. I'm going to need nose plugs, gas mask. I might need to get that GIMP mask that someone posted I need to bring. That'll stop me smelling all the farts.
And on that charming note, darlings, thank you so much for being with us. And as Emma says, yeah, you've got me for the late ones tomorrow night, 11:30, Saturday night, 11:30. Sunday, it'll be the both of us here in real time together. Same place, same time. Oh my God. And that will be at the earlier time of 11 o'clock. But I'll give you plenty of warning about that. In the meantime, much love from both of us to any and all of you who need it or would like it. Thank you for being with us and have a safe and peaceful night. Happy solstice, happy summer solstice, happy longest day if you're here, happy shortest day if you're down under, and it'll soon be Christmas and you can have your nuts. It's only
happy Christmas.
Yeah, happy Christmas indeed. So yeah, have a safe and peaceful night. Have the best day that you possibly can tomorrow. Take every little bit of joy that you can from it, wherever and whenever it pops up, and take great care of yourselves. And if you're lucky enough to have anybody that you love and who loves you, take care of them too. I'll see you tomorrow night, 11:30. Emma will see you some other time. Are you doing a live over the weekend on your own or with your sister?
No, I've got too much to do. I'm not doing any. The next time I will be on any kind of live stream or anything will be on Sunday night. So no, I need to get rest, and I've got a lot to do.
I'll see you tomorrow. Emma will see you on Sunday, and much love to you all, and good night. Pachu and indeed.
Bosh. Bosh.
A summer solstice. Bosh. Night, darlings.